Investigates the fight to clear his name after spending 13 years in prison for a crime he says he did not commit.
A Chicago man continues to wait for a review of his case after the detective who helped secure his conviction stands accused of framing dozens of men. Investigative reporter Lourdes Duarte has part one of our series.
Well, police scandals are nothing new in Chicago. You may remember the John Burge cases, which led to more than $100 million in settlements paid by Chicago taxpayers. Now, another case involving a Chicago detective who was applauded in the 80s and 90s for his work until a former colleague and dozens of men started to speak up. On Chicago's South Side,
we're at my job, Chicago Suburban, and getting ready to start my day.
Daniel Rodriguez is up before sunrise.
I come in, I grab my paperwork. Check my freight to make sure everything's secure and go on my way.
He's a driver for a Chicago trucking firm.
I love it, it's freedom. Every day is a different journey.
A far cry from his years in prison.
I take very much pride in my job.
He may be focused on his new life, but the past is hard to forget.
This is a picture of me and my daughters at Dixon Correctional Center.
That's one of the state prisons where Rodriguez served 13 years behind bars, leaving behind a wife and his young children.
My daughters grew up in the visiting room. I think we all got battle wounds. I think we all suffer emotionally.
Let's take you back to 1993, when it all started. Rodriguez was convicted of murder, accused of acting as a getaway driver in a suspected gang killing in Humboldt Park. For months, the shooting went unsolved. That is, until Detective Reynaldo Guevara took over.
The closer, as he's called, he came in and he closed the case.
Guevara was well known back then. Criminals feared him in a community where crime was constant. And when Rodriguez was brought in for questioning, he was well aware of the detective's reputed reputation.
If he was looking for you, chances are you were going down or you were in trouble.
In court filings, Rodriguez claims Guevara and his partner chained him to a wall and beat him.
They kept on telling me, oh, you're gonna go down for this. And I kept on denying it and denying it.
But he says the beatings didn't stop until he broke down and confessed.
I would just like people to know, in general, that this stuff does happen. It does happen, and you're never gonna know how it feels till it touches home.
He still struggles to tell his story, but he remembers a trial. He testified about his treatment and even had an alibi. But his conviction hinged on testimony from a witness who has since recanted that story, claiming that Guevara threatened to pin a murder on him if he didn't point the finger at Rodriguez.
It should be over. It should be done.
Josh Tepfer is the attorney for Daniel Rodriguez.
So this is Daniel Rodriguez's file.
He filed a motion to vacate his client's conviction.
These cases never go away.
But the case drags on for roughly 18 months.
I have represented a number of people who are living with these convictions on their record on the timeout, and it tears them up.
In court filings, Guevara stands accused of framing dozens of mostly Latino men in the late 80s and 90s while a detective at Area 5 headquarters. He has not been charged of any crime, but at least 15 homicide convictions investigated by Guevara have been overturned due to flaws in the investigations. Things like coerced confessions, beatings, lineup manipulations, the list goes on.
It's been torture pretty much. 23 years, it's been torture. It's been hell, I couldn't explain it.
Men like Armando Serrano walked out of prison after their cases were cleared. He was paid $10 million by the city. while others like Daniel Rodriguez serve their full sentence, but still fight to clear their names.
It's important for many reasons. I've been innocent since day one. It's important for my grandchildren. It's important for my children. The time is done. I'll never get that back. But they could right their wrong.
One step in that direction came nearly 2 years ago. Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx said she would review Guevara cases that came under question,
with the hope that, we would see some sort of mass dismissals. The evidence of Guevara's pattern of misconduct is just so stark, it's so obvious.
but progress has been slow.
I don't have good answers of why it's been nearly 2 years of a Guevara review and there's no convictions that the state's attorney has found that are tainted or should be dismissed. But I'm the one who has to give the answers to my clients, and it's emotional, it's hard.
I'm not going to answer that.
Guevara has repeatedly declined to comment.
Because I don't wish to answer that.
When questioned by attorneys in legal proceedings.
All right, Mr. Guevara, I want to ask you about a man named Daniel Rodriguez. Sir, is it true that you framed Daniel Rodriguez for the 1991 shooting murder of Jose Junito Hernandez?
Objection form foundation.
Plead the fifth.
And though Guevara isn't talking,
he started, step by step to rebuild his own, his life.
Rodriguez's daughter, who is all grown up now, says her family will no longer stay silent.
It's hard to hear about it and talk about it, but you have to. Nobody should be able to take your voice. If this is what you've gone through, then you have to be able to fend for yourself and fight for yourself.
For now, they wait. When and if his conviction is cleared, that will be the day that officially marks a new beginning for Daniel Rodriguez, a sunrise after a long, dark fight to clear his name.
It will mean the world to me just to get that behind me and move on.
We did reach out to State's Attorney Kim Foxx, who 2 years ago said she would review these cases. She would only send a written statement that says this is a top priority with a special unit working on those reviews. Tomorrow, you're going to see part 2 of our coverage. We tracked down former Detective Reynaldo Guevara, who is accused in dozens of cases but continues to collect 2 Chicago pensions while the city spends millions in settlements. I'm Lourdes Duarte, WG.